Mm-hmm.
You're live.
And we are live. Welcome to Primetime Live. Y'all know how we do it here, man. Y'all know we are going to do some entertainment, fun news stuff as we always do. Starting off, I'm your host, Mingo-Dee.
I'm your boy Snake.
And we're going to get into some DC action. I promised you guys I was going to get into some DC stuff. I know I've been doing a lot of Marvel. They've been really in the scenes lately. They've been really like what's Marvel likes to do a lot of publicity. Let's say that, and DC they do their publicity. I think early in the year, when Titans and a lot of the CW shows come out before the fall or whatnot or whatever. Which a lot of them are back now. If you haven't watched them, go on Hulu and watch them, or if you still have cable or live TV, check it out on the CW themselves and HBO and whatnot. But getting into it, let's talk Titans. So last time when I discussed the Titans, I was like, it looks like a really good show. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I haven't really got into it because I missed the first season. Then the second season came out. And, since I don't have HBO Max, I kind of got to watch it, like, on other platforms or other things like that, so I don't get a chance to just watch it or whatever. Don't worry. I'm going to get a Fire Stick or a Chromecast or something one day. That way I can kind of have all my stuff. Because my Roku TV is good, but it just doesn't have everything, like, the way I want it just yet. So, but beside the point. So far, when I first tackled Titans, it was, people were like, it's okay. But it had a rough start. A lot of Batman stuff in there. Where's all the Titan villains and stuff like that? And people complain. They liked the show, but they complained, right? That's what happened at the first. Then the next episode, and the next episode, and the next episode, all the way to where we are now with Tim Drake on episode 8. Drake 8. See how they did that? It's pretty cool. I didn't mean to do that, but it's kind of their thing. And the show has progressed a lot of character development. This is based off the reviews that people were telling me about and the stuff that I've read. This is one of the highlight points of the show. Apparently, this is one of the ones where they've addressed a lot of the criticism that people talked about, but not only that, they still kept up the action and, as I said before, the character development that came up. Now, apparently, in this episode, this was a Tim Drake heavy episode, so to speak. So, like I said, I didn't really watch it, but I think Snake, have you watched this one?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let Snake kind of give you a little teasers, or he can spoil it if he wants to, and he's gonna tell you his take on the Tim Drake thing.
I mean, the way that they're doing it is different from what happened in comics and stuff, because Batman's kind of out of the picture right now. So he's kind of, but he knows everything about him, and like he's like being a detective and chase him down, and like he confronted Dick about everything, and he wanted to be the next Robin, and but Dick's denying it, and he pops up on him like while Dick's like going and searching after Jason, and I don't know. We don't know the state of where he's at right now. We do know that he will become the Robin, because that's what happens. But how they're going to make him into that role, we don't know yet. Because he got shot, and we don't know what's happening with that. So we know he's going to survive. I mean, if they kill him off, then they're going to throw everybody for a loop. Like, whoa, what? So, but I'm excited, and I like the way that they're going with the show. They're really doing a real good job of like integrating like stuff from the comics and stuff. I'm still disappointed that they don't have the Titan Tower, but that's another issue. But whatever. They have somewhat of a Titan Tower, but it's not the same. I want a big T. But still wouldn't wish Cyborg would come over, but that might be later. But Well, the reason I'm excited is because I kind of want them to keep going and eventually bring in Damian Wayne, because that would be dope. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of things they can do with this. So I'm excited. It's getting really good. If you haven't watched it, I guarantee, highly suggest you go watch it. So
yeah, there you go, guys. So as I said before, Titans seems great. Snake loves it, and he's not the only one. A lot of people have really raved about the show. It's good, and it's one of those, everybody's doing this now. These, Marvel and DC, they pretty much run all of TV superhero verses and everything like that. What happened to the Hercules and Zeniths of the world? But we're beside the point. I'm not gonna talk about the TV shows of past that aren't anymore. We're gonna talk about these shows, and I think it's great. I think it's great that they telling a multiverse show, and they're doing a good job of making it its own thing, but still taking from the comics and still making it, to where it makes sense, and it's like, that didn't happen, but you know what, I'll allow it, that type of thing. Because one of the things I like to go back to, I like to go back to one of the shows in our time that started this whole thing. In like the 90s, 2000s, and I'm not talking about Lois and Clark, which was okay, which I mean, it did its job. I think it was a little bit before this era. I would say Smallville. I like how, because Smallville, they took the idea and then they ran with it, and then they switched it up. As far as Smallville being the first type of multiverse type of show.
Where was Lois and Clark?
It was before Smallville.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
But the way you said it, you made it sound like that Smallville came first. I was like, wait, what?
No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying that, Lois and Clark it was good, but it didn't seem like it seemed like it was its own thing. It didn't seem like
everything.
It didn't seem like it sparked Smallville. You know what I mean? It's like it was its own thing. Then it went away. And then Smallville came. And Smallville sparked all of what you see now. And that's my idea.
I wouldn't say that Smallville sparked it, because honestly, I don't. We haven't seen anything like this, because Smallville didn't have different shows connected with it.
True. That is true.
They didn't start that till the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
Literally, Arrowverse was the one that kind of took away with all this, but the movies, what Marvel did was what really sparked everything from connecting. I don't know why they never thought about connecting these a long time ago, but and then you could also, I was gonna say Happily Ever After, not ever, was it that what it's called? I
think so. Yeah, something like that.
The one with
the ABC show with all the Disney. Yeah.
I don't know why I can't think of it. We talked about this last time, and I couldn't think of the name either. But that one, the way that they had merged everything into one show and not multiple shows, it was kind of, they had everybody from different. So but that was after Marvel started their stuff too. So, but I would say if Marvel started it. But
yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, though, with as far as Ever After, Happy After, whatever it's called, based off that, I want to say that I still want to say Smallville was, they, like you said, they didn't do a multiverse thing, but I do think they were very good at taking all these different superheroes and then changing storylines, but then making it to where it's like, okay. And I think that's what Titans does well. Titans is able to, like you said, with Tim Drake, they're changing stuff up. There's no Batman, but it works. It's like, you know what? I like this. This works. And I think Smallville is very good at that. Smallville was able to take him and make him to get, and it made it believable in Smallville with him seeing some characters he's supposed to meet further on in the future. And it was that didn't.
The deal.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Well,
the way that Smallville got away with it, and I found it out in the interview, is whenever the reason they named it Smallville and they never referred to him as Superman is because they didn't want to stick to Superman's storyline. They wanted to do their own story, in their own way, meeting people when they wanted it to happen instead of following it a certain way. That's why they never referred to him ever throughout the entire 10 seasons as I had to count. I had to count the
he has
season
the
boxes.
whole box set, everyone.
I had to count them all. Like, wait, hold up. 10 seasons. It's been that long since I've binge watched them. They never, ever referred to him as Superman. Like, they always, it was blurred, the like the blur, the red blue blur, like it was all just that, so, and they never even showed him in the suit, even at the end, the very end of the thing when he was supposed to get the suit. It was like a CGI, and all you saw was a cape, pretty much. And he never wore the suit.
Yep.
Ever. Even in a close up, like, you never saw him like actually in the full suit. Like, it was like just like CGI version of him standing there. So I don't know, like, that's how they got away with that, like being able to do what they wanted to do with the show. So
yeah, there you go, guys. Now we were talking about the Titans, guys. We talked about Cyborg, and that, which takes us to the next thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about Doom Patrol. So Doom Patrol is coming out this September the 23rd, but reviews are out. The first 5 episodes for some lucky people, because they didn't give it to me, but it's okay. I'm not gonna be upset. They forgot to call me, Warner Brothers, and say, hey, Mingo-Dee, you want to watch the first 5 episodes and give your review? Sure, I would love to, but they didn't. It's fine. I'm not gonna be upset about it. Not upset at all. I hate you. Not upset. So, but the first people have watched. There are a lot of reviewers who have watched the first 5 episodes, and a lot of them are giving. I tried to find one that was a lot of spoilers, but no one's doing a spoiler, review. They are doing spoiler free, which is fine. I'm okay with that. They're being nice. But technically, pretty much everyone's excited. They said this is still one of the best, things that the best shows the DC's put out. They said that it picks up right after season 2. So if you haven't watched the first 6 seasons, it picks up right there. And there's some time travel what they were saying, what the couple of reviewers were saying, they were time travel, there's time travel stuff in this episode. Not Dorothy, what's the other, Judy or whatever, she gets more character work in, I think, the first 2 or 3 episodes. They said some new characters are going to be that you are going to be joining the not the team, but going to be joining some of the episodes or whatever. This is just the first 5, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more things going on there. And of course, it's funny and hilarious. But the one thing I want to talk about is one reviewer said this or whatever. To me, it was a spoiler because he was the only one who said it. He said that he's not going to give too much away, but he said, there's that big question everybody's always been asking about Cyborg. Cyborg is on what? And Snake said it last week. He's on Doom Patrol, but he's supposed to be on the Titans. So what's going on with that? And he was saying that based off what he saw, not Snake, because he ain't seen Doom Patrol, it's not out yet, but the other guy, the reviewer, he said that that it seems like they're starting to lead to probably answering that question. So he kept saying probably and maybe. So we'll have to watch the seasons this season to find out if they're going to answer that question. Because if I'm correct, Doom Patrol and I could be wrong, but Doom Patrol and Titan supposedly in the same universe. I know, like with there we go. Because I know
they already confirmed that back in one
just
of
trying to make sure I was right.
Because Doom Patrol was in Titans, like the whole gang was in the Titans, like back when Raven, like the very first season, like there
we go.
They were. Raven went there, and that's how they met Beast Boy. And Beast Boy left the Doom Patrol to go with the Titans to follow Raven. So I don't know how. I haven't. I need to watch Doom Patrol. I'll probably talk Day into doing that.
So, But yeah, so it sounds like this third season, which like I said, it's the 23rd, so it's what 7 odd days away, possibly. Well, no, I'm tripping. I'm thinking it's 2 weeks ago. It's about 2 or 3 days from now.
For what?
Sorry, guys. The 23rd of this month, September. It's what 2?
3 days.
3, 1.
Today's
one
the 20th, sir.
Oh, geez, 2 days then. Sorry. Whatever. You give it to me. It's here.
What do they have you doing at FedEx?
It's here.
Good God.
I don't know.
I mean, don't you write the date every day? You write the date. Like every time you make a service cross, like I know you do service crosses every day. Like there's not one day you never do a service cross at FedEx.
Right. You're right, because even if it's closures and things. But I mean I do, but then I just come home and forget, or I don't know. Point is, it's coming. So when the 23rd gets here, which is right around the corner, that corner, watch it, HBO Max. It seems like it's going to be amazing. And then we'll get that question about Cyborg. I don't know. I'm actually interested into seeing what other just crazy shenanigans are going to come into, because the show is awesome, but it doesn't take itself seriously. So it's going to be one of them. So it's kind of going to be. It's never going to be like Titans, to where they're going to to where you probably going to be crying and somebody got killed or something. It's not going to. It's probably going to be like somebody got killed, but you laughing the whole time. So if you haven't watched it and you want to laugh at someone getting the head cut off, but it's funny, go there. And if you also want something serious, go to Titans. Why? Because just like when you go to Nerdmation and he talks about anime, you got Dragon Ball for hardcore. But then when you want to watch something a little funnier with a little fan service, then you go to how to pick up a girl in a dungeon. So actiony, but funnier, a lot more funnier. So things like that. So watch these shows. Titans is already out. You can catch up and binge everything. Please make sure you have time to binge, because it's a lot of episodes. 24? But yeah, first season, second season, and then now 8. So yeah, there you go. It's a lot. So, and then Doom Patrol, first 2 seasons. So, and then this season's getting ready to come up. So get ready. Now, speaking of Doom Patrol and Titans being in the same universe, if you have been living under the rock, I'm sorry for you, because you should have gotten out of that rock and looked into the world and realized that there was a Crisis of Infinite Earths that happened on the CW, on the Arrowverse that we just talked about, and it brought all of the DC TV properties under, not necessarily under one umbrella, but in a multiverse umbrella. Before Marvel did it, by the way, which was pretty ambitious, by the way. Now, sure, the guy from Greg Berlanti, he did say that they just did that because he had to pull a lot of strings, kiss a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Not booty. I don't know. He probably kissed some toes and, all that other stuff like that, and had to get them to where they say, okay, you can use this property, because, Warner Brothers still wasn't sure about some of their properties being used and all that, which wasn't the first time he did it, because he did the same thing to get Superman and on Supergirl and other things like that. But all of the stuff, he intertwined and got all those things together, and we saw Titans and Doom Patrol in one universe. We saw Stargirl, we saw Swamp Thing, and all these other properties that are connected. And it made me wonder, okay, since all of these properties are connected, and we watch this stuff, I wonder, if I had to give you a list, how can I tell you what to watch or which one is the best one? So there are 2. There's a list that, the critics have done. There's a couple of lists the critics have done, but I chose the one from IMDb. And then there's a list for the fans. And let's see. What do you think we should do, Snake? Should we tell them to get the fan one, where we say people have chose, or should we go with the one where the critics have chose? Which one would you want to hear about first?
I mean, first off, you didn't send me no IMDb list.
I didn't?
No.
Well, I sent whatever other list did you?
Something ranker.
There's that one. That's the one for the fans.
You sent the CBR and then.
Oh, CBR. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Decider.
CBR. There we go. Yes, dude. The CBR is the one for the critics. The ranker is the one for the fans have chosen. And
just go through both of them, I guess.
All right. Well, let's go to the CBR one. The CBR one is just strictly the CW properties only, not Doom Patrol, not any of the others. And so I don't know if you can see it on the screen. I'm pretty sure you can. But there's, I believe, 10 spots. And what was interesting about this is 10. That. What was interesting about this is how high some of the animated ones were, which were Vixen. Honestly, I was really shocked at that one. I didn't think a lot of people watched Vixen or really excited about Vixen. I think she was either number 6 or 7. Might have been higher. It might have been 4. But yeah, Vixen was pretty high up there.
There's number 9. Okay, there's really Batwoman is 10.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to not like Batwoman. It's just that's a thing. A lot of people do not like Batwoman. They just don't like it. The critics don't like it either. So yeah, they do not like Batwoman. I mean, compared to the others, apparently. Which honestly, I'm gonna be fair.
I mean, could put it in
I think Batwoman should be ranked higher than Supergirl, in my opinion.
What is it?
But I don't know. He has a concoction by his wife. What did she give him?
Double.
What is it? What is it? We all want to know. Okay. We all want to know.
It's cran raspberry and peach crown.
Yeah.
Not my best, but I tried.
Anyway, Batwoman's not bad. It's just, I mean, it's a lot better than Supergirl was when it first came out. I was
just gonna say that. So yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't.
I would put Batwoman over the Freedom Fighters. The Ray ran for 2 seasons. Like
yeah,
really?
Me too. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Black Lightning, 8. Supergirl's 7. I'd put Black Lightning over Supergirl.
Supergirl, yes.
DC's Legends.
Yeah, but this is the critics.
6. So this one's the critics one?
Yeah, CBR. Yeah.
First. I didn't ever watch that, so.
It was pretty good.
It looks good. And then Constantine.
I
never watched his Constantine show by itself. I've always just seen him on DC's Legends. I knew he had a show prior, but I just never watched it. Arrow, Flash, Superman. Really, Superman's number 1?
See, this is where I wanted to get to that discussion for the critics. I was really shocked that the critics, or CBR at least, that they chose Superman over Flash and Arrow. I honestly thought it would have been different. I thought it would have probably either went Flash or Arrow, depending on where your taste, depending on how they were ranking it. They're ranking on, consistency or whatever and all that. But I thought Superman at least would have been like 3, 4, something like that.
Arrow started everything. Then Flash came in right after, but Flash tended to kind of started doing better than Arrow. Because Arrow started falling off, just like Flash is starting to fall off. But all of them are starting to just fall down. Like it's like
they're getting to the point. But season 6, 7, and 8, that's when they start. Yeah,
it's because it's like they're running out of ideas, but they have tons of ideas to pull from. Like the Marvel, the DC universe is massive. Like you have lots to fucking do. Like, do more crossovers. Y'all are the same freaking studio doing everything. Freaking put them together. Like, hey, come over here. At this point, at this point, since everything is connected and they've been doing all these crossovers, I feel like every time that they do a show, they should just always think about pulling somebody from another show just to make a cameo. Just because that's the world. That you should see other people. You should see Supergirl randomly fucking fly around.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
I
Flash
agree.
running across the freaking universe. You know, like something. I don't know.
And it's not hard. You can CGI a lot of that stuff if you
Yeah.
want to. So that's just them. Yeah. But that's CBR. CBR, that's what the critics have chosen, or
Like-
at least CBR in that frame.
Like
So,
Diggle, like they've been having Diggle in every show, because I guarantee you, they are pushing just to get it for the because they're gonna put him as a Green Lantern. They're pushing him right now
Yep.
because he's been in every single show, and in every show he was teasing the Green Lantern. Like he was talking
Yep.
about like, oh, I got this, and like every single show was like pushing him to like oh, I've been having headaches because he's fighting the ring and stuff, and then like it was just every show was leading up to and then he like went off because he decided he was going to go ahead and handle the business with the ring, and we haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
I just what up,
Yeah.
Des?
And now let's check out.
Where's your brother?
Now Ranker was interesting because this apparently. Now I didn't vote on this. Snake didn't vote on this, and I'm not sure how many of you guys voted on this. They could have just randomly picked fans, but this is supposed to be based off fans or people that vote. Well,
I
I'm
can
gonna say
vote
people
right
that
now.
voted. Oh, you can vote. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Look at that.
There's arrows.
And this is isn't just the CW shows. This is the Arrowverse. From Doom Patrol, from Old Flash and Smallville and everything else, they put them in ranks of what people have ranked for, which I found it really interesting. Some of the spots that I saw some stuff in. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, Arrow is number one, which I wasn't too shocked about that because a lot of people a lot of people know more about Arrow. It was one of the longest running shows, so it's other than Smallville, but I think a lot of people jumped in after, like I said, after Smallville and some of the things like that. So I think it's just more in that regard as far as fans, because this one is more of the fans, so you can take a look around. Now I was shocked at some of them that being a little lower. I think it was Doom Patrol, but it's probably because I think Doom Patrol is still fairly new. A lot of people haven't really gotten into it. Titans, I can't remember where Titans was. I think it was somewhere in the middle. I think it's like 21 spots, 19 spots, something like that in this one. So but this is about a fan. So if you want to go on Ranker and
Titans is number 9.
rank a show. Oh, well, look at that. Go ahead, Titans.
Below
Look at that.
Stargirl and Constantine.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, now
Super-
I don't know why. Look, this is fans, so it just has to be that maybe they have more access to these properties than they do. That's my theory. Because if you got,
How dare they
I
put
don't know.
Smallville number 10 below everything? I
Because
wish
people can't
I need everybody
It
right
says it's
now.
on Hulu.
I want everybody
Maybe everybody
watching
don't
right
have
now.
Hulu.
Y'all need to go to this ranker and y'all go to number 10, and I need everybody to push that up button right now. Do it. Just push the up button. I can't do it more than once. What if I refresh? I wonder if I refresh, can I vote again?
I don't know, but but my thing is, you got, I don't know, Susie Q, who has never watched a superhero thing in her life, and then she happens to have regular cable or something and Netflix or something like that, and then she sees Arrow and Stargirls, and she watches that more than she would HBO Titans or whatever, or Smallville, because I don't think Smallville was on Hulu at first. It's on there now, so you guys should go watch Smallville now. I think it's on Hulu.
Smallville was awesome. I love Smallville.
So,
so that's why everybody needs to go push the up button.
But they need to go watch it first.
No, they just need the up button, then go watch it. They need the up button now. We're at 289 out of 315. 48% people agree with me that it needs to go up. So I need everybody to go up, and then once that goes up, then we need to go up more. Right? We need more votes.
We need more votes.
Doom Patrol's number 12. The Flash, back in the day, in the 1990s, Flash is number 13. Swamp Thing, 14. I haven't watched that. Batman, the 66 with Adam West, number 15. Batwoman's number 16. That's below that. Vixen is actually 17.
Yeah, I was
Freedom Fighters,
I was like,
18. Birds of Prey, 19. And the list keeps
90s
going.
one. Yeah.
But yeah, like definitely the Flash, like the Arrowverse shows. I like they do need to be up at the top. Stargirl, I got issues.
I already know you have a big rant on Stargirl, so
it's just
okay. So yeah, I know.
It's just it's just bad. Some of it's just bad. It's not too bad, but at the same time, it's bad. I don't know.
Dialogue, right?
Yeah. I'm glad that they have Lucifer on here.
Or is it just her?
She plays a big part, like, cause like I don't like how she acts sometimes.
See, I wonder. No, this has to be them, because I was about to say I wonder if Stargirl was like that in the comics, but I doubt if she was just like that. You know,
I don't remember her being like that. So,
but then she was also older too, though. I think we met an older Stargirl in the comics. At least I don't remember her being that young. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I remember when they first brought Stargirl in. It was on DC's Legends. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, she was. Yeah, she was way older.
And she didn't act nothing like this. Like, I don't know. I gotta look that up.
Yeah. So now I have a question for you guys. So guys, you guys go to Hulu and you can watch. I know you can watch Smallville. You know, HBO Max. You can watch the Doom Patrol stuff. I'm not sure about some of the older properties like the Batman. I know CW Seed is for the animation stuff. I'm not even sure if that's even still out or yet. You might still find it on the app or whatever. And I know you can watch Vixen and some of the others. And of course, you know, Hulu as well for all the rest of the CW shows. And of course, you got cable. You can probably watch everything if you got it. You know, it's high price, but whatever, you know. And then
remember,
Netflix, I think, has some of the stuff too.
You go to ranker.com. That's where you go to vote, and that's where you go down to Smallville and push the up button. That's all. You don't have to do nothing else. Just push Smallville up.
Smallville. So there you go, guys. All right. So now I have a question for you guys before we go, because you know when we got to really end the show. But before we go, I have a question for you guys, and the Snake, and if you know Hammer's out there. You know, I know we mentioned Hammer, and also you know where are my manners? I forgot to tell you guys about this little button there. You can subscribe, and this other little button when you can like, and this other little button when you can share stuff. And I forgot all my peoples that like to talk to us and say hi, how are you doing? So you know, hit me for that.
We would definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. I'd appreciate even more if you go to Ranker and go to and vote up on Smallville. Just saying. Just.
Yeah, all of that. So there you go. And my bad, guys. If you were wondering, how come we didn't talk about Hammer? Hammer is, look, I'm so used to Hammer either just appearing out of nowhere or being in the void, which he still might be there. But look, you ever been part of the movie where you get to the sequel or the third part, which is another sequel, so the third sequel in the trilogy, or you watching the season and you get to the point where you got the villain like the Joker, or you know the Zod character or whatever that's constantly like just spanking the main character, not like that, like beating them up like that kind of spank. No, my God. Yeah. Anyway, Hammer is having a hard time.
Hammer
having a hard time. Hammer is having a difficult time with his arch nemesis. I don't know the person's name, But he's having a hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, say it again. He's having a difficult time with the arch nemesis, and he is losing. So he's last time he got punched so hard that he got thrown down. From the hammer cave thing, and then he ended up on Earth with us. You know what I'm saying? More so with Snake at Comic-Con.
Yeah, speaking
and then
of,
he got punched out of Comic-Con, and that's what happened. So,
speaking of, where was you at Comic-Con, sir?
See, honestly,
yeah,
there was this.
Yeah.
See, we're not gonna talk about that right now. Yeah. We gotta talk about this question.
Just
they gotta ask
by ourselves at Comic-Con. Like, damn, Mingo-Dee just left us hanging.
And if you guys want to see pictures,
we had this planned out.
Go to Facebook
like 2 years
and look
in
on
advance. We were gonna go to Comic-Con last year. We had it planned out.
And look on the Get Nerdy page and look at the pictures and like the pictures, because Snake's outfit was dope. He was Snake Eyes. So, I don't know if that's Snake Eyes doesn't talk, so who knows what his voice sounds like. And no, that movie doesn't count. We're not going to talk about that. I ain't even talk about it on the show, so we're not going to talk about it. But we are going to say this, though. It didn't do too well. But that's all I'm going to say. It's probably because he was talking.
Huh?
Just saying. Snake Eyes movie, it didn't do too well.
Oh. Yeah.
But that's probably because he's talking. Just saying. But,
probably because they changed a lot of crap. So, yeah.
But the question I want to ask you. That is true. The question I want to ask you guys. We've been talking about this whole DC thing in earlier episodes before I was talking about Marvel. So I want to ask you guys, so there's a thing on here back in 2017 and 2018, 16, where people were having this big old debates about the Marvel TV universe, which is the Netflix and ABC universe back then, and the DC universe, which was the Arrowverse back then, with some of the HBO properties starting. And they were like, hey, Marvel will never catch up. Marvel sucks, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And to their point, it was a very, very, very difficult thing for them. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., great that it is, you just couldn't compare it to some of the shows. And then,
that's very difficult.
I think Luke Cage was really good, but he can't hold his own. Jessica Jones, I think a lot of people just didn't really get Jessica Jones. Yeah. Like, people didn't really understand it or get it. Daredevil was great, but I think Daredevil was one of those ones to where you just like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They were good, but compared to a lot of the properties on DC, they couldn't. It's like you only have one superhero versus 10. I don't care. I mean, I know Superman's great, but if Superman has to fight like 7 Martian Manhunters and a Darkseid and something else, he's gonna have a hard time. He's gonna struggle a little bit, even though he's Superman, because there's a lot of villains that are powered up like him. So even though Daredevil was a great show and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were great, it was just too many of the Arrow shows that were doing just as great, if not better. So it was just very hard for them. But Marvel Studios, Disney actually bought Fox out, took everything back, brought it under Marvel respectively, completely this time, without necessarily strings, so to speak. And now everything, and even new talks of a new Daredevil show, and which played by the same guy and the same Kingpin and some of the others. I'm not sure about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They haven't really spoken on that, but but everything is back with Disney and Marvel, and you've seen their shows, their new shows. So I guess the question would be, is Disney kicking butt now? Because me personally, this is my opinion, is that I think they are. And now I know everybody say, like Snake said, that DC shows are falling off, but Titans is still doing great. Doom Patrol is doing great. And if you're talking about animation, yeah. And if you're talking about animation,
about that on off camera. I haven't mentioned that yet on camera. No, about what I think about the whole shows and stuff. I haven't talked.
You haven't. Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, you haven't talked about it yet. Yeah, that is true. But Doom Patrol is good. Titans is good, but we haven't. So I'm just so it's wondering if like I said, like DC is falling off. So, but that still doesn't mean that their entirety of their catalog versus the small amount of Marvel's catalog is still able to hold them at bay. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that DC is still the top seed for now, but I think that if they don't figure out a way to keep them a top seed, maybe they start focusing more. Maybe they do a multiverse type of show on Titans, and then bring some of the CW characters on there and give them like a, not necessarily a reboot, but give them like something gritty or something else to do that they could bring back to their show to kind of give them a refresher for the CW show. Like, for example, we talked about not how bad Stargirl is, but how her acting, or how they have this girl acting on the show. Maybe they bring her on Titans, like through a multiverse portal or something. She does something like that. She ends up doing something where she kills, or maybe she almost get killed. It gives her a new sense of maturity. She goes back to her show. They use that to revamp and make the show even more better. That's the possibility. But things like that, they can do that. It's just, stuff like that.
I don't see them doing it. Like, that's...
Yeah. Yeah,
hey,
but I mean, that's just an idea. I've watched a couple of episodes.
Like, I need you to watch I need you to watch it fully, because you will get like your head like oh my god, like,
yeah,
just stop, stop it. Because some of the they do stuff is like, oh my god, just stop.
Yeah,
like,
but
all the shows really, they do that stuff. Like, anyway, go
but
ahead.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if they since Titans and Doom Patrol and others are part of the multiverse now, and I'm only saying this because I think that's how Marvel is starting to gain a giant foothold. They're using their connection with the movies and the TV shows, and they're doing this big multiverse and connectivity and all of that. And I think that if the CW, maybe not necessarily with the movies per se, because I think they're still haven't figured that whole process out, and I don't want to discuss that whole thing. It's real convoluted. But they did. They tried.
With the Flash.
But but see, that's why they need to do more of that. But
I agree.
Yeah.
But go ahead so I can get into mine.
But yeah, so they just need to, like I said, like if they take something from the Titan show or something, and multiverse, bring the other characters in, and then, like I said, use that to make, in other words, behind the scenes, let's get some jargon out the way. You get the director from Titans and all that, since they all work for Warner Brothers anyway, and then he says, hey man, I'm gonna use your character, and then just check this out. And he's like, okay. And he's like, man, I didn't know that my character could do that. Well, yeah, that's how she is in the comics. Blah 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 blah. You should use her that way. And then he goes back and he rewrites it, and he's like, yo. Then he takes it to his show and rewrites it. Boom, better, right? That's the idea. Cause I think that's what they're doing over there at Marvel. They're listening to each other and they're saying, hey, why don't you try that? Oh, I ain't never think of that. Where over here it's kind of like, what are you doing? I'm just making burgers. Want me to help? No. Okay. And it's kind of like you should kind of help. I don't know. That's me. So let Snake kind of to see what he thinks on this whole thing. But yeah.
So I was just responding to this. Titans are dope. He was asking how is Titans. Titans is dope. You need to go watch it. Binge it. Get caught up like I did. So first off, with the Marvel, like, I do want to address one thing you said whenever you were saying your rant too. When you said about Marvel starting to revamp or like being able to like merging their, the way you said it, you said like the Marvel was merging theirs with the movies, so like starting to get a leg up on the DC stuff. But that's why Marvel they've been doing that from jump, like from with the, so that was before DC's shows started boosting too. So
yeah, that's true.
They had that going for them already. But so as far as Marvel TV, like, in this article, like you sent me, like you said so yourself, it was an old article from 2017. Now, the shows have, like with DC shows, have been falling off. They've been great and it's just from them getting to their, like there's a show they're running out of ideas for some reason. Like literally, like they have no reason to be running out of ideas. Like there's so much to pull from, and you can, if you start running out of ideas, just merge some shows, or not merge shows, but like have them have like Flash come on Arrow or Flash go to Supergirl. Just the crossovers in general. Like people live for the crossover sometimes. They're like, oh man, I can't wait for the crossover. Like instead of making it a crossover event, like do it more. Do more crossovers. Like you could do a big crossover event, at the end of all the seasons like they've been doing. But during the regular shows still have some crossovers. Like it's always cool seeing another, like they mention somebody sometimes and they're like, oh, such and such. They'll mention names, they'll name drop, but it's not the same as having them actually showing up,
Yeah.
And like if you do it in the Flash, right? Say you have somebody come into the Flash's show and it's before somebody else's show. When they get to that show, mention it that they went to Flash. They went to help Flash out or something in that show. That way you keep that merger happening. As far as Marvel's cinematic shows that they've been having, not cinematic, but TV series wise.
Yeah.
The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was great, but they ended it, and it started going down too. Like it's just a thing with shows, like they start dropping, like in interest, But most of all their shows were great. Like I actually liked Inhumans, but I was kind of the way that they were going with it. Like it just kind of like fizzled out. It was like,
yeah.
And then Daredevil was dope. Luke Cage. I had a problem with Iron Fist because he was just a whiny little bitch the whole time. I'm sorry, he was. Like, he literally was whining the whole time. Like, nothing like the Iron Fist I know. Like, Iron Fist was always, like, intelligent and, like, he thought and was calm. Like, he was, he was, like, Zen. That was part of his training. Like, was to be chill and relaxed and just calm, and like the way they did him, and I was like, oh my god, this dude is pissing me off. He's like Stargirl. But I don't know, like it's a bold statement, like I said before, that for Marvel's TV universe to never be able to be as good as DC. I can't say never, like, because the whole reason Marvel's shows did go down was when they took all of them off of Netflix to put them onto Disney Plus. So once they got all that transferred over, they're going to start ramping back up on that. So, and then because it's on Disney Plus, they're going to start adding in like all the other shows. So Disney's going to be able to have all that access to all those. So they're going to start it back up. And it's going to be involved with the movies and everything else that's coming out. So they're going to, once they start on that, it's going to be dope. It's going to, if they just focus on that world and just telling all the stories with the movies and there's TV shows and it's all connected, that's going to be awesome.
Yep.
DC,
so much content,
has been dropping. Like every show has been dropping. Like Arrow, they stopped. They started. He's the one who started it. Like they could easily bring it back. I mean, the last thing we knew with Oliver, he turned into the Spectre, and I mean, you could bring that back, and you can actually bring it back, have the Spectre detach from Oliver. Then you have a Spectre show, and then you can have Green Arrow back. He can be back. The Flash, like, is still hanging on barely. Like they're doing some stuff, but feels like they're running out of things to think about, which is still mind blowing to me. Supergirl, she's a lot better than what she started with. It's a lot better. I don't see strings anymore. So, man, that first battle was horrible. Oh my god. I still would like them to take the whole Superman and Superman show that they have and Supergirls. Like, I need them to finish, like get together before they put stuff out, because they're supposed to be in the world. They were always been in the same world together before they met the other teams. Yep. And all the other teams are supposed to be in the world now too, because of what happened in the last multiverse crisis. And for some reason, Superman, I talked about this last time, Superman's fortress is that Supergirl always goes to is all lavish and like it's like got all this tech in it. It's like she goes there and she even knows, like he said that Clark said she can go and use it anytime she wants. But in Clark's Superman Lois, whatever, his got destroyed. But the very next Supergirl, she walked in there like nothing happened. So it's like y'all are losing some touch right now, like, cause what the hell,
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah. I definitely.
That's
what they say.
He said he didn't like Iron Fist's haircut. And he said no one found anything wrong with Iron Fist's hair. To be honest,
it was pretty bad.
I don't know. To be honest, like I was always used to Iron Fist with the mask on.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
I didn't too much see him with his hair, so the hair was just. I don't know. I can't speak on his hair. I mean, I would like to have had him have the bandana mask on, because that would have been dope.
Yeah.
Like, and they could have easily done it, because Daredevil when they started Daredevil's out, like he was in that red bandana mask. They had the. Mm-hmm. They could have done the same thing but with the green one. You know what I'm saying? And they put the little white eyes on it for Iron Fist. Like they could have easily did it. I'm just saying. He never wore a suit. I mean, I don't know, man. They just dropped the ball on that one, I feel.
Yep.
Hell,
I'm with you.
At least Luke Cage wore his original suit once in the show,
Yeah.
When he got out of prison, like. I'm sorry, rant's over. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, guys, that concludes the show. So, thank you for everyone who tuned in. Appreciate you. Make sure you share.
He's the only one.
Like, subscribe, comment, share on Facebook.
Nerd salute.
Nerd salute. Go to Facebook on the Get Nerdy page and like the pictures from Comic-Con.
Hey, it was only a great show because you showed up, sir.
Because you showed up, sir.
Just know that you did this. You made this a great show, sir.
One of them, like, and whatever that those little things come at the end of the show. Because of you. It's like a Captain America. Captain Planet. Like Captain Planet.
I'm gonna tell Hammer like his brother replaced him.
You've been replaced, my friend. Yeah. So, and don't forget, if you guys ever want to join us on the show, let us know. Hit us on whatever back channels you know how to hit us on. And then we'll set some proper channels up and then put you on and whatever. If you like to get down, you'll be on the Get Down. If you like Nerd, you on Nerd. If you like this show right here, which is the Primetime Live at night, well, just Primetime Live at night. It doesn't really matter. The night part's not a thing. Then you can be on. So, but with that, guys, that is the end of the show. You catch us Wednesday on the Get Down, and again from Nerdmation, they might even, talk about some Comic-Con stuff and let you guys know what they went through, what they didn't went through, and seeing like the people. So just be ready for that.
That is the plan, because we were supposed. I didn't get to go on my show Friday because I had to go pick up Hammer in Austin, not Austin, and Abilene, to come back to where we could go to Comic-Con on Saturday, and we were supposed to go live at the show, but the signal was all bad, and
what was it?
Mingo wasn't there at all.
Where
at
it
all,
was like it was in a hotel, right? It was in a hotel.
No, it was hotel? At the convention center downtown Dallas. Convention center, sir, not the hotel.
You think they have more? I think they have more signal there.
Yeah. We did do a live on the way back.
There you go, guys. Live on the way back. So go on Facebook and check all that out, and we will catch you guys next time. I'm Mingo-Dee, that's Snake. Hammer is still fighting his rival, and we will be with you Wednesday. See you later. He's gonna say it. 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 K-Rock, watch. But he's not gonna say it. He's not gonna say it.
Okay,